The silence was the cruelest part. It filled the space where the jingle of a collar and the happy thump of a tail against the floor used to be. My golden retriever Leo lay still on the lawn, a vibrant life extinguished. I knelt beside him, my world collapsing into that one perfect, unmoving patch of fur. Then came the whispers, not of comfort, but of a truth more poisonous than what had stopped his heart. Mr. Albright's children stood by their fence, their small faces streaked with tears. Daddy promised he'd watch him, his youngest sobbed. He gave him the special treat from the little bottle. The betrayal was a physical blow. We had trusted him. We had given him a key. And for some dark, unknowable reason, he had repaid our trust with a vial of poison. The neighborhood watched my grief with pity that quickly soured into judgment. "She's hysterical," they'd murmur. It was just a dog. I was the broken woman who couldn't move on, a pariah in my own home. My pain was an inconvenience, an ugly spectacle. They saw weakness. They had no idea they were witnessing the forging of a weapon. That night, I made a vow to Leo's memory. My grief would not be a grave, it would be a foundation. I started digging. Security footage from a camera across the street showed Albright approaching my yard. A deep dive into online forums revealed his rants against barking dogs. I found a receipt from a garden supply store dated 2 days before for the exact poison the vet identified. Each piece of evidence was a stone I laid on the path to justice. I didn't scream or shout. I presented the truth, cold and irrefutable, on the community's online forum. The footage, the receipt, the vet's report. The silence that followed was different. It wasn't empty. It was heavy with shame. Albright became the ghost, not me, but that was just the beginning. The spark of outrage I'd ignited in my neighborhood, I carried it out into the world. That fire fueled me through law school, through late nights drafting legislation, through the founding of the Leo Project, a national nonprofit dedicated to fighting for animal cruelty prosecution. My heartbreak became a battle cry for the voiceless. I turned one man's casual cruelty into a legacy of protection that has saved thousands. Years later, I returned to the old neighborhood to dedicate a new public dog park funded by my foundation. As I stood at the podium, I saw him, Mr. Albright, standing at the edge of the crowd, aged and diminished. He was a footnote in a story I had completely rewritten. Our eyes met for a fraction of a second. There was no anger left in me, only a quiet, unyielding resolve. He had tried to bury me in grief. He thought he was just silencing a dog. Instead, he gave me my voice. And now it echoes in courtrooms and state houses across the country, a sound he can never, ever escape. That is my revenge.